I would personally consider myself a Democrat, and so therefore during this last election I was in support of Hillary Clinton. They just didn't really like Donald Trump for who he was as a person.
Drain the swamp.
I believe that we have the government for a reason, and thinking that it should be weak and not as strong of a player in people's lives kind of defeats the entire purpose of government. So I would consider myself to have more progressive views. I think this election has, and you'll see this anywhere you read or listen to, is that from this election you have been able to figure out that America is a lot more divided than we may have thought before.
We're gonna build the wall.
And I think that we can learn that we can't always predict how things are gonna happen, because there was all the places election day morning, November 8th, we're predicting that Hillary Clinton was gonna win. Not by a big margin, but that she was still gonna win. And I think that they didn't look in the right places at the polls, and I believe that to learn from this, we need to look at everyone and not just at certain groups when we're looking at polls and at issues, and decide how to do it all together as a whole instead of separating groups out to try and appeal to different groups. We need to appeal to everyone as a whole. I think that I will be a very politically active adult. I believe that I'm already involved rather heavily in politics, and I do care a lot. And so I think as an adult, once I actually have a voice that can be heard, I will definitely use that to my advantage.
Well, I wanted to support Gary Johnson, but I didn't. If we have Hillary as president, then we're not going to get anywhere. I voted for Trump, but I don't know, I kind of just eeny, meeny, miny mode, because I don't care. So I would rather be eating a bag of Cheeto Puffs than be voting for the election. Well, if we build a wall, no one can get out. No one can go anywhere. No one can get anywhere. Drain the swamp! Drain the swamp!
I supported Donald J. Trump, and I am Republican. I want to go into law school at USD, and I would like to hopefully maybe one day run for Attorney General of South Dakota. I like Trump because he's putting America first, and he's trying to renegotiate NAFTA, which I think would make a lot of sense to bring jobs back into America instead of outsourcing them to India or China or anywhere else. I also like Trump because he's not politically correct, because he says what's on his mind, and I think that's something that America needs to reintroduce into its social structure.
Don't tell me what to do.
Because people are too timid and they're too kind, in my opinion. Some things need to be bluntly said.
Drain the swamp.
I think Trump is good at that, but I do agree with some of the other people that say he needs to shut his mouth, which is right. The controversy we had in this election was quite broad. Trump had a lot of things said about his words that he said to people, and Hillary had a lot of actions that she said that she had done. And, you know, actions speak louder than words, in my opinion.
Please stand up!
With the controversy again, I believe that there was far more of it than any other election because of all the media sources and WikiLeaks especially, which makes this a very clear election. You can see right into a person's life with the media that we have right now. I like to say that with all of the rioting going on because of Hillary Clinton's loss, it needs to stop. This is America. We should all be united. It doesn't matter who the president is. I know people are not going to be happy with, no matter what election it is, people will never be happy with what they get. But you have to realize that if you are a person that can vote, you are an adult. And adults need to learn to grow up and accept the consequences and the actions that other people take towards them.
Personally, I would say I'm an independent because I didn't really find, I found faults in both of the candidates, Hillary and Donald.
Not vote an idiot in?
I would have looked at who the vice president was and see what his morals were, and that way we can look at him helping the candidate into doing the right thing. So probably Trump.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
I looked at Hillary Clinton's view on abortions, and I did not support that because of my religion and my moral views, so then that would have been a key factor.
To growing squirrel hair.
Conflict and arguments going on between the two parties, and I feel like everyone should take into consideration and not just jump to conclusions on what their views are. Everyone should be more united as a nation. I probably won't get into too much of the politics, just probably your average voting and stuff like that. Honestly, I feel that if you have some sort of tie-in with God and have you're gonna have a more uniformed country.
I'm Alex Popowski, and I approve this message.